Hi guys, it's Mrs. Ward. Today we're going to be talking about a famous artist named Paul Klee. And he was famous for making lines. Let's take a look at some of our lines that we have. Oop, that's upside down. There we go. Look at all these types of lines we have to make art. And we are going to look at this famous artist named Paul Klee. Here's a picture of him right here. You can tell that this is an old picture, and he was an artist over 100 years ago, and he wasn't from the United States. He was from Switzerland. He said this: a drawing is simply a line going for a walk. So today we're going to look at his art and how he took his lines for a walk, and then we are going to take lines for a walk. Here's one piece that he did, and you can see all the lines that he made. Some are wavy, some are bent, some are straight. Ooh, here's another piece he did. Here's a curly line, a wavy line, a straight line. Ooh, here's another one he did with all kinds of lines. I like this one because it has some zigzag lines over here. And again, some straight lines that have these sharp edges. And then over here we have these flowing lines that kind of slink around. Ooh, this piece is just full of lines. A lot of them are straight. So, now that we've looked at Paul Klee's pieces, let's get back to looking at our lines. Okay, I'm going to put this over here, and everybody is going to get a sheet of paper. Here, I'm going to actually scoot it this way. Okay, and you're going to get two markers. You're going to get a thick marker and a thin marker. You can choose whichever marker you want when you're making your art, but everybody right now, we're just going to start with the skinny one. So everybody pick this up, and we're just going to start together, and we're going to try some of these lines. Right now, I want everybody to just take your marker and draw the straightest line you can. It doesn't matter. Put it anywhere on the paper. This is going to be line art. Ooh, our next line is going to be wavy. Again, anywhere on the paper, but we're going to fill this paper up with different kinds of lines. So I don't want to put it over here. Let's put it over here. I'm going to put a wavy line over here. When it slinks back and forth, you can put it anywhere on your paper. Next, we're going to try a zigzag line. Take that marker again, and again, do it where there's some space. We're going to do a zigzag line. So zigzag line goes up, stop, down, up, down. So you can just it almost makes like teeth. Ooh, I'm going to slink it down here. Ooh, I'm going to connect that up. The cool thing is you can do whatever you'd like. So make your zigzag line. Now let's switch from your skinny marker to your thick marker. Okay, this one's a lot thicker. It's bigger. Okay, the next line we're going to try is curly. Curly and swirly, so I'm going to just do swirls. Swirls, woo! Anything that can be a swirly line, however you would like to do it. If you just want to do a simple curly line, you can just follow this right here. next line we're going to try is a dashed line. So I'm going to find another space, and I'm just going to make a dashed line. There's my dashed line. Where are you going to put yours? Now take a look at your paper, and you might see that, oh, like right here I have a lot of space, so that's where I want to put my next line. So let's do a dotted line. I'm going to do dots. Dots can be hard, and actually this one might be hard to do with this. Maybe you'd want to do it with the very tip of this. There, that works better if you do it with the tip. Look at your marker and do it with the tip. And I'm just making a whole bunch of dots. And if it mine kind of curved, but there's my dotted line. Now you get to choose. Do you want the skinny one or the thick one? Make sure you go back and forth as you fill up your space with lines. Next, let's try this castle line. So here's how the castle line works. I'm going to put it up here in the corner. We're going to go up, stop, down, or across, down. Almost like we're making a rectangle. But then we go across again and up. Ooh, I'm going to cross right over my straight line. Try that one. That one's kind of tricky, and if you can't do it or don't want to do it, just don't. The next line we're going to do is the scallop line. I call it the bump line. So I'm going to find a spot. Let's see. I'm going to turn my paper a little bit. And I'm going to run out of space. Actually, I'm going to do it up here in the corner. I have some space. So I'm going to go bump, 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 bump. Okay. Once you have tried all the lines, now you get to fill in these spaces with more lines. So if you want to do wavy, because I see there's a space there. Ooh, over here's a big space. So I'm going to fill that up with another zigzag line like this. Right here's a good space. Maybe I'll do a swirly curly line right there. And then right here, maybe I'll do a straight line right there. And I'm just going to keep going and filling up my space with all kinds of lines. And when you want to, okay, I want you to switch and do the other marker and see if you can get maybe a thick line. Ooh, that one's really thick. And then I'm going to do a scallop line here. Hump, hump, hump. Goofy, squirrely line, scribble line there. Maybe another swirl line there. If you look, I am just filling this up so that I have tons and tons of lines. Ooh, I have a little spot up here. I'm going to make a swirly line here. Maybe a swirly round line here. I could just keep going and going and play with lines all day. So I'm going to leave this up for you to look at so you have ideas, and I can't wait to see what you come up with. Bye.